I think they alternate wins. I really do. They
So out
both can
of
shoot. They both can shoot. They both athletic. Um, they both know how to score. Yes,
heard it
recording.
perfect.
Mhm.
Welcome back to the Mic Check show. Today on the show, we sitting down with one of the most inspiring stories in basketball. From going undrafted and working his way overseas to becoming a heart and hustle of the Orlando Magic. Please welcome, y'all. Please welcome Darrell Armstrong.
I appreciate
What's going on, brother? How
it.
you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself? How about
I'm doing
yourself?
great. I'm doing great. The way I like to start off my pod is
Hmm.
I get straight to it, D. Can I call you D? Is that cool?
Yep. No, that's
All right.
fine.
I
Mhm.
listen, I get straight to it. So I like to start off asking some rapid fire questions, right?
Okay.
So you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. First NBA player that truly tested you on the court.
Every point guard. Not just one. Every point guard. That's the best position in the NBA and basketball is the point guard. They can score, shoot, pass, and also lead at the same time. So, and they can defend, they can guard, they pressure the basketball. And then for me in the NBA, every point guard was a different type challenge for you each and every night. So I can't give not one point guard, not one, because I got my ass busted by a lot of people, but I also bust their ass too. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, it goes, it comes and it goes. But I think that's the toughest and hardest position in the NBA is point guards.
Who was tougher to guard?
All of them.
AI or Kobe?
All of them. But Kobe, I never guarded. I mean, I took a charge from Kobe, but never guarded him. We had our two and three guys, three men to guard him. But AI always guarded. He was going to be tough. Steve, you got Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, you got Stephon Marbury, you got um, Steve Francis, you got, I mean, Jameer Nelson, and it can keep going. Um, Mark Jackson is a different style of point guard because he's going to try to bag you down. Um, Terrell Brandon, no, a lot of these cats, a lot of
Ooh.
people might not know a lot of these cats. I call out, but Byron Davis he was a beast. Now he gave it to me one game in the playoffs. Man, I was like, hey, somebody's gonna have to guard him. He giving me too much. But sometimes it happens. Sometimes guys get on that road. I mean, you have just like I say, you got to study different type of style of play and understand other guys' play from the point guard's position. Speedy Claxton, you get
Ooh,
guards like
Speedy.
TJ Ford, you get guards like that. So that guard list can keep going, man. It
It's a
can
long
keep
list.
going. It is a long list. Even Jamal Crawford, because he can give you combination at the point and two guards. So, you knew you was going to have your hands full because he was going to score the basketball that night. And that list can, like I say, can just continue to keep going. Magic Johnson, you can, even though I came on the tail end of his career,
Yeah.
from you think about Isaiah Thomas, I had a chance to play against Dumars, Tim Hardaway Jr. I mean, I'm sorry, Tim Hardaway Senior.
Senior. Yeah.
So you man, it keeps going. And Rod Strickland. I mean, these, these guys is coming with it. Jason Terry, he was also a combo guard at point and two. So Bobby Sir, I mean, I can't
Wow.
stop.
Bob Sir.
You
Wow,
know,
that's crazy.
but the one thing I can say that position was fun every night, um, because you had to be on your P's and Q's.
Right.
How slick guys was, with the dribble, with the play calling, or it was like, and I don't know how to play chess. I know how to play checkers, but it was a match. You matching your intelligence and your savage ways against that other point guard on the other
Yeah.
team. So, and then you had backup point guards, which I played. I was fortunately playing both bag up and starting in my career. So you had backup point guards that could bring the energy and tenacity and things like that, like a Troy Hudson,
Oh yeah.
um, a Chucky Atkins, and those guys can affect the game the same way as starters. They can come out and you always wanted to keep those guys and guys who come off the bench minutes and points down, get them off the floor. So for me as a guy who came off the bench, my thing was to impact the game with my defense as always, but also scoring as well and pushing the ball, changing the pace of the game, just looking and getting a chance to see. That was the advantage of being a backup point guard. You get a chance uh, and look and see what's going on the floor, what y'all need as a point guard. Do I need to come in and just maintain the score, not let them get any kind of advantage or, you know, build on the score for them, or do I need to push the pace, pick up my defensive pressure, change the pace of the game to get us
Right.
back in the game? So as a starter and as a reserve, your approach is a little bit of difference because as a starter, you want to make sure your team get off to a good start.
Oh yeah.
And as a starter, and as a reserve, you want to make sure what your team needs when you get out there to hold on to the lead and or increase the lead. So, a lot of things come with those territories as a point guard.
Favorite dunk you ever pulled off?
Ooh, favorite dunk. Um, I always love my backwards dunk.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I always love
I
my backwards dunk, but
definitely
sometimes, a lot
remember
of
that.
times, my favorite dunk in the NBA would be my first ever reverse dunk against because I think it introduced me to the NBA as, hey, wait a minute, this little
It was
fella
like a
is
rock the cradle, right?
yeah, but it was one handed. I had two of them. So my first one was against Indiana at the end of the year. We played Indiana my first year in 94, 95. And I just flew over from Spain, joined the team the last 14 games of the season. No, to everybody who says I was on a 10-day, I was not on a 10-day. I joined the remainder of the season, the last 14 games of the season to play with the Magic and the rest of the season. And so the last game of the season, we played Indiana, and they Shaq and Penny and them, they blew them out. We blew them out that night, and I got about 5 or 7 minutes. And I remember stealing the ball, and we was up a lot. And I just off my instincts, I continued to go out there and just play hard, and I stole the ball. Greg Kite threw the ball, and I snuck in, stole it, took about two or three dribbles, turned it and reversed it around on the other side of the goal. And hello to Orlando Magic. This is who you got as a backup point guard. Very
You know
athletic.
what's crazy, D? I had Greg Kike on the show. I had
Yeah.
Greg Kite. I had him
Yeah.
on the show. Super cool dude.
Yeah. No, Greg is a good guy. He's a good, cool dude, like you were saying. But that's how I introduced myself to Orlando Magic fans.
Yeah.
But my best two hand reverse dunk was stealing the ball
Yeah,
from
that was your joint.
from Dale Curry, stealing from Dale Curry from the Charlotte Hornets, and
Yeah.
looking down and seeing I say that first thing came to my mind. Hey, you got to give them something. You got to get these fans something again. And I remember reverse dunk over my head, boom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was one of my favorite moments, besides winning the NBA championship and all that. But one of my favorite moments as a young player, trying to break his way to the game because we was talented, we was solid. Brian Shaw at the backup
You
point guard.
you had a squad.
Yeah, we was solid. I forgot the kid that they drafted at the third point guard position, Thompson, forgot his name, but so for me, I anytime I got any opportunity to get out on the floor and play. I had to continue to play hard. I know the other team didn't like it, especially if you're getting blown out, but that's on them. There ain't nobody tell y'all to go out and party the night before. I'm trying to eat just like they eat. So I would continue
Exactly.
to, I would continue to play hard and play my minutes that they would give me, even if they was garbage minutes. And but that was probably the first time I ever turned backwards in a game with a two-hand slam dunk. So that was my favorite.
Who who's the funniest teammate you had in Orlando?
Oh man, I
I
had
think I
some.
know the answer, but
I don't have some great teammates, even from Ben Wallace, but that Bo Outlaw, that crazy dude there,
wow. See, I wasn't
Bo
expecting
Outlaw.
Bo. Okay.
What was you expecting?
Well, honestly,
The
Shaq, because he's like
funniest.
a
You
big
said the
baby.
funniest. And Shaq was a big baby too, but I didn't get
Yeah,
to play
yeah.
with Shaq. So that was kind of crazy deal to me. I didn't get to play with Shaq because like I said, they was solid. They was already when I joined the team. That's the year they went to the NBA Finals and lost. We lost to Houston, but
Houston, yeah.
and then the next year is when MJ they came and swept us in the conference final, and that was Shaq's last year in Orlando. But I didn't get a chance to play with Shaq or and Penny and all those guys, D. Scott and Nick Anderson, because Brian Shaw was the backup point, and Thompson, I keep forgetting his first name. Thompson was the third point guard, so I had to wait my turn. I had to continue to work my ass off every day in practice, weight room, everything. And when I finally got that opportunity is when after Shaq left, that's when they finally played me and started playing me. And then, like I said, the next 7 years I took off. So I was not my first 2 years with Orlando. I didn't really get to play unless it was garbage minutes.
Right, right. How does that feel? For the fans, if you can explain that to them, like how does that feel? Like not being able to play, a certain amount of minutes, and as you said, just getting garbage time and stuff like that. How does that feel? Like, are you
Well, I
like, yo,
mean,
I'm
it's
just waiting
it's
for my chance?
it's a patient. It's tough. It's a
Yeah,
patient. Um, because B. Shaw was a good backup point guard.
yeah, no, absolutely,
He
absolutely.
wasn't he wasn't that type who was going to score a lot of points. B. Shaw knew how to play the game. He
He was
understood the
savvy.
game. He was savage, yeah. And for me, I was a different style of point guard. I could pressure the basketball. I thought that's where, um, if especially if Shaq would have stayed, if I could have made a name for myself, it was getting out there, pushing Penny to the two guard, and me at the point. And I'm not for sure if Nick Anderson will go to the three or Dennis Scott will start at the three, but and then also having myself running the point and pushing the basketball and pressing the basketball, making it easier to me, I think, because Penny was so athletic.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
if you can get him running on the wing, we saw that even when we had the playoff series against Miami, when I pushed him to the two guard and I ran the point, and he had 40, 42 and 41 in back-to-back games. It just shows you what he could do at the two guard. But unfortunately, it wasn't built like that. It wasn't made like that. So that's why I had to wait my turn, and I was still learning. And I'm not gonna say what I know now, because I know and understand the game so much as life has went on. But um, just being out there for me to just play defense and change the game. I mean, it's an incredible feeling when you can just dictate the game with your defensive pressure or your pushing the ball back, throwing the ball ahead,
oh
getting
yeah.
guys easy shots or easy buckets. And not even have to take a shot. I mean, I done it in my career where I took four charges when I was with Dallas Mavericks. Took four charges, um, scored like 4 or 5 points from the free throw line, and had five or six assists and three steals without even taking a shot from the
That is
field,
crazy.
and control the game and change the tempo. So you know, those days that you wish, and I wish I could have been a part of it, but I wasn't. For those last 2 years of Shaq and pinning together. I wasn't part of it, but I was in practice. But other than that, in game time, I couldn't be a part of it because I had to wait my turn. I had other guys who was veterans, as B. Shaw and Thompson was the like I said, the backup point guard. So uh, my time, I just had to continue to work, and my time came after Shaq had left.
Who who gave you the best nickname during your career?
Oh man, probably a lot of our players. I mean, they was calling me Crash and Burn. They were calling me everything, baby boy, because I didn't know. I always used to call everybody baby boy, baby girl,
Yeah, yeah.
not knowing people names and stuff, but not the play. I mean, that was just my way of talking. But I had a lot of great nicknames over the years, and from Flash to even having the fans vote on it about having my name be Flash. I was Flash before Dwayne Wade, but he gets a lot of the credit of Flash, which he flashed a lot, so I got to give him the credit. But once again, that was because of the style of play I played with. Diving on the floor for loose balls,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
pressing the basketball, pushing the ball back, and that was the nickname that stuck with
Pushing the
me. Was
pace. Yeah,
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 was
yeah.
Flash.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so. But it's always fun when people give you a nickname because the way and the style you play. That's great.
Now, who who's one young player today that reminds you of yourself?
Um, I say
I can give you one.
you call him out. Let me tell you if that's who it is.
De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, but he's a little bit more scored than I was.
Yeah, but
Quick,
overall though,
fast,
yeah,
quick, fast. But see, he's more of an offense. Um, See, I don't think a lot of people understood and understand the credit I didn't get for playing defense. Um, I used to play guys, especially when we had T Mac and we wanted T Mac to be a scorer late in the game. I used to play the Ray Allens or the um, Allen Houston's and Spreewells and all those big guards. Even when I played in Dallas, I was like that. Played Jason Richardson. So I used to play a lot of those big guards late in games just because of my feistiness, and I'm not letting you just walk down there and post me up.
Oh, I got another
Um,
one.
yeah,
Alvarado.
they say Alvarado.
Alvarado.
I give Alvarado. Yeah, I definitely play. We play similar to each other, but except. I don't know how physical he can be on the defense end, but he's sneaky. He's offensively, he can score too as well. He can shoot the basketball.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
He knows he plays with a crazy style. Sometimes he lean back and stays back and let him throw the
Sneaky.
ball in and sneaky, very
And
sneaky.
he
Um,
dives too. He dives on the
yeah,
floor. He does all the
yeah.
nasty work, quote unquote, what they call it.
Yeah,
He
he
does
does.
all
He
the work.
definitely does. But I would say my game would probably be Avalanche, whatever. Can't pronounce the name, but
Alvarado.
uh, Alvarado and um, Suggs for the Orlando Magic because he
Okay.
plays. He gets down and dirty. He does a lot of the dirty work on the defense end and
Ooh, yeah,
pressing
yeah, yeah.
and playing the ball. I think you put both of those games together, and I think that kind of matched my intensity today, or who plays the style I play. Because Suggs will guard. Suggs will get in your face. He just does like the little work things, the little things that you might not see on paper. Um, but yeah, that'll
And he
probably
doesn't
be.
get the credit.
He doesn't get the credit. I
No,
think
he
he
don't.
gets the credit. I think he definitely gets the credit
Not
from
as
his
much as
team,
he no, not as much
his
as he's
teammates.
supposed to.
Yeah, from his teammates. They
Right, right,
understand and they know the
right.
team understand and know. But also I think he for him he has to make sure he stays healthy. He'll get a lot more credit, especially if he plays majority of the season and most of the games. He'll get the credit he deserves. But he has a feistiness on a fight about him that you're just not gonna come down here and just think you can post me up because some guys is just you. I mean, back in the
Yeah.
day we used to have that thing when especially when I played. When I first started playing back in the day, I used to try, you know, to get post up. People used to try to post me up from Tim Hardaway Sr. always used to try to post me up. Um, what's Isaiah Thomas back shooting guard Joe Dumars used to try to post me up, and so
But they were both big guards.
yeah, big guards, all the big
Yeah,
guards used to
yeah,
try to
yeah,
post
yeah.
me up. Spreewell, Allen Houston, Sam Cassell. That's the one who always gave me problem in the post. I could play him well, just could never stop him down there. He could.
Could
I'm
never
thinking
figure
I
him out.
could never figure him out. I could figure the move out. I could figure everything. If I didn't block it, which I never did, I get a hand in his face. He just could hit that shot. He was real good at hitting that shot, but he would be the one I say gave me problems on the post, in the post up. But other than that, I didn't. I, you gonna? I mean, because you score one time doesn't mean you post me up 5 times. You score one time don't mean you can post me up.
Right,
So
right,
uh,
right.
you know. But that would be the thing that you had to fight. You had to do those things because if you didn't stop that person one time, if they score one time, they're coming back down the next time. They're gonna post it up again.
And do it
We used
again.
to call milk. We used to call milking the cow. Milk the cow. Run it again. Run it again. Make them
Yeah,
stop it.
yeah.
And it wasn't no. We're gonna make this play call. No, post them up again. Especially when you got good point guards that knows. No, run that post up again. Yo, such, Bo Outlaw, get in the post. Go at him. Nick Anderson, get in the post. Penny knew. Penny gonna run down there. We're gonna go right back to it again. He can't stop me. Now you make the other team adjust to
Right.
how
Yep.
y'all playing and how you scoring. Now they got to come in with a double team. Now I guys who can shoot the basketballs. Now we can play chess. Now we can get open shots, wide open shots, making guys figure it out, making
Yeah, the
teams
ball
figure it out, put
movement.
them in
Yep, yep.
rotation. And but if you couldn't stop that person, they coming right back to it. So for me, I think that was a big thing for me is now. And Grant Hill, funny Grant Hill always said, he said to the day when he used to see me when he did games or everything, you can't. I used to tell guys, yo, you can't post up no point guards around here. You're not posting up these point guards around here. All right. You're gonna walk in here just like grandma told you when Nutty Professor, you're gonna walk in, but you're gonna limp back out. I bet you that. It is I'm not an easy win. You ain't gonna come down here and just think you can post me up. And that was my fight. That's how I looked at things. You're not just gonna walk down here. I'm not just gonna let you walk to your spot and you get in your spot now. You can
Yeah,
just
and do
score
what you
right
have to
over.
do. Yeah, right.
No, you're gonna work. You're gonna work it. And so that was my mentality. I think that's how Suggs played the game. His mentality is, hey, I'm
What
getting
you
up
think
in the
about the
grill.
sport today? What you think
I
about
think
the
it's
league today?
I think it's always been watered down a little bit for the offense to score.
Just a little bit, there. Come on. A whole
Just a little, yeah, just a little bit. I'm gonna say just a little bit because
yeah, yeah.
everything. Anytime you get rule changes to help a team score or help the league to score, that means it's kind of been watered down. They trying to water down where the offense can score easy. Look at back in the day when we played. When I played, what the first thing they did one time? They moved the 3-point line back all the way up to like almost like college. You just imagine that everybody was taking threes. That man, the
Yeah.
3-point percentage was down, and in one year they moved it back. But just imagine that. Then what they do again? They changed the basketball one year, trying to get it where the ball go in the hole. I never forget Vince Carter shot a brick one night, and that ball stuck to the backboard, sat down, and went in. If that was the old ball, it would have bust the backboard, broke the backboard, and we would have been on the break. But those are things that the NBA, it's entertainment. We,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
got to
yeah, yeah.
understand this thing is an entertainment. They don't want to see 90, 87, 81 games. They want to see scoring. But also, they give you a chance to defend. I thought over the last 2 years, especially when I coached with the Mavs 2 years ago when we went to the NBA Finals, they let teams play then. They start back letting teams be physical, grind, touch people, and I thought that came back to the way that we used to play. That's how when I first played in the playoffs, you could form the guy all the way up the floor. You can
But you
hand check
had
the
you
guy
had
all the way
hand
up.
checking.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
but now look how OKC played last year and the year before. We actually outplayed them in their physicality of the way they played and beat them in the second round. But like I said, I love that they let the game come back to where it got a little physical. It wasn't no everybody doing a head like this. I blame the NBA for all that.
Yeah.
The flopping, because you're trying to put a rule in every summer, every year for the offense to score. And then you see guys, they taking advantage of the rules. What the guys doing? They get touched, they throw their head back.
But what about the defensive players though? You
Yeah.
leaving them behind.
But you left, yeah.
Somebody
But like
like Dylan Brooks,
yeah.
right?
But
Somebody like
yeah.
Draymond, even though Draymond gets a
He
lot of
get,
flack
yeah.
because he pushes, you know what I mean? Whatever he
Oh, well,
does.
he's
But
gonna be a Hall of Famer. I don't care what nobody say. He's gonna be a Hall
1000%,
of Famer.
I agree.
They don't win championships without Draymond Green.
I
You
agree.
kidding me? They play through him in the post. They throw the ball in the post, and the other team know once they throw it in the post, here come Clay and Curry. They about to
Steph,
do the
yep.
split game. You better be ready to run and chase, lock, and go. If you make a mistake, you get burnt. That's
Hmm.
that's that's how they play. They ain't throwing that ball in the post for him to score. No, and a lot of athletes in the game don't even know. You know what? I'm gonna pressure this boy to where I make him put the ball on the floor and make him
Right.
go score. I'd rather for him to score, Draymond to score, than Clay and
And
Curry.
Steph,
But
yep.
nobody never picked that up. So but at the end of the day, yeah, the defense got to be rewarded. But I think we in the league, you get guys that get reputation about playing defense, so referees understand that, and they can cater to that. And they understand that, and those guys who are known to play defense don't get those bad calls or don't get those easy calls against them. Dylan Brooks is known to play defense.
Oh yeah.
Tony Allen was known to play defense. Sugg is known to play defense. They gonna get away with calls. So I think at the end of the day now. That the defensive physicality is back in the game, and I like it. I like it like that, especially during the playoffs. I love it. Make them earn it.
Right. Right,
'Cause I,
right,
I
right.
did see Shea Alexander get a lot of calls from the referees, calls that people was complaining about. Well, guess what? He's earned that. He earned it to me. He's busting y'all ass for 32 to 40 points a night, hitting the mid range, and then when you try to pressure up, he was getting the calls. He won MVP. MVPs earned that things like
Yeah,
that.
no, the kid is unstoppable.
Jokic earned those things. We
Straight
we
up.
we complain about Jokic pushing in the back. This man he's earned everything. He's been the physical guy. He's tested the rules to the fullest of testing rules and gets away with it. And then now he's got the reputation. This is what he does. Referees got to say, "Hey, we letting this man play." And all the guys who complain, you just complain. You
With
got to
all the
figure it
trades
out.
this season, who you think has a shot? I'm a Knicks fan. I'm from New York, D, so I have to put that out there. I'm a huge Knicks fan. Do you think the Knicks can go all the way this year?
I don't know.
Because remember,
'Cause
Tatum is hurt,
I don't know. I don't know.
so we only
Uh,
got to go through Cleveland,
I
which
don't even know all the trades, but I do know this. The Knicks, they had opportunity last year. They had opportunity the year before. Um, and now you got, you might still
It's
have the
now or never
opportunity.
this year.
You still might be having an opportunity as well, but you change coaches as well. That's a different thing. Because the Knicks was used to playing with Tom Tupelo. The physicality, they was grit, grind, and just let's go. What's gonna be this the style of play now? Will Coach Brown keep that style of play? You don't know. Because now
Yeah, I'm
you
a little
gotta see.
scared.
Because you gotta say it's gonna probably change.
I'm a little
Because
scared, D. I'm not gonna
he
lie.
has his philosophy. Yeah, but that was, I think that was made the Knicks fun. They played off of their coach personality, Tupelo personality. He's a grinder. He's the things I always heard about him. He works day and night. He is grinding. He figuring it out. Some coaches hard. They sleep in their office. Shit.
Yeah. Oh
So a
yeah.
lot of times I don't know this, but I know what I hear sometimes that that's how he is. He's a
I
grinder.
just
He's
don't
he's
think it was
working.
fair playing them 40 to 45 minutes a game. Like that's not even
When it's called trust.
like
It's
that's
called
crazy.
It's called trust, and when you get in the playoffs. One thing about the playoffs too, and
It's a whole
you
different monster. I understand that.
it's and your rotation. The rotation changed because now this is why the rotation changed. I think people have to understand and look at this. Now you can give those guys more minutes because they get time to rest in between games. It's not back to backs. It's
Gotcha.
1 or 2 days off, and then you go from there. Because doing the playoff is strategy, adjustments. That's what the
Right, right,
playoffs
right.
about. Regular
Yep, yep.
season is different. Regular season is different, and that's what the regular season is for. Preseason as well. It's to find guys who, okay, no, I can get these guys these minutes to see how they play. Can I depend on them? Um, Play them at the end of the game sometimes. Excuse me. Even though you're still trying to place yourself and win, to see what they do and how they respond, because everybody don't respond to pressure well. Everybody don't respond to having a lead well. That's why we see teams go up 26, 30 points sometimes and still lose the game.
Boston.
Because yeah, it doesn't happen to every team. I don't care if it happens to teams I've been on. It don't happen to the teams I've been on. We don't done it to other teams. But
Did you ever
those
play a
things,
full game?
huh?
Did you ever play a full game? I don't
What's
remember you
that?
playing a full game, like a full 48-minute game.
I don't know. I'm for sure. I can say I have because I know
Well, with
even
the
in over
OT and all that.
with OT, I played over 48 minutes.
Okay.
That's a full game.
Yeah, yeah,
I
you're right.
remember
You're
we
right.
did it against
Absolutely right.
AI and them.
Okay, are
But
you tired after that?
oh yeah, you're definitely tired. But
So
you
imagine
have
that every game, D, like every
yeah.
single game. That's not
With
right.
who?
That's not
With the
fair.
Knicks?
Yeah.
Well,
Jalen,
once
Josh.
again, once again, does he trust his bench? Do you do watch this?
Yeah, you're right.
Because at the end of the day, one thing I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna tell you about Knicks fans, if those boys ain't playing and they ain't coming off the bench and they ready to play, not only they gonna get booed, but who y'all else y'all gonna boo? The coach.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Nigga, hey man, what you got him out here for? Well, y'all said y'all want y'all, we need to take these minutes down off our starters. But at the end of the day, you got to find people that can give guys a break that you can trust. But when it comes to the playoff, it's just a different animal.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
play you can play those guys 40 minutes to 35, 40 minutes, and sometimes some guys gonna play more minutes than that. So you know,
OG
uh,
and Josh were number one and number two
hmm
in minutes. That's
yeah,
crazy, D.
yeah.
That's sick.
It's crazy, but they can play that. They can play that. I don't think you play them like that during the season because you
No,
build up to that.
we're talking season.
Yeah. I don't think you should play them like that during the season because you build up. You build that up for the
See, now that
playoffs.
we have Brown, I want to see, right? Because you mentioned that. So, yeah, am I too big on Brown? I don't know. I mean, he did a great job with Sacramento for sure,
Hmm.
right? But we're gonna see. I mean, he did mention something that got me real. I was like, what?
What
Couldn't
was
believe
that?
it. He said So Brunson is not going to have the ball like that. Like as far as him having a ball all the time, we
So
need Brunson to have the ball.
who gonna have the ball? This is your all star.
Yeah, we
Why
need
not?
Brunson to have the ball.
Why not have him have the ball?
I don't know.
That's
That's what
his
he
game.
said. Unless that was AI, but he that was MSG. So I don't think it was AI.
Yeah.
It was real.
So who you gonna have the ball? You gonna let
I have no idea. D. I
who?
mean, we picked up Clarkson. You mean in the starting five?
Nah, who gonna handle the
I
basketball?
have no idea. He said he's not going to have the rock like that, and I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? You bugging?
Well, now see that once again. So if that happened,
Maybe he's just
it,
saying that.
no, it changed the whole format of how the Knicks was playing. So now, because he's bringing his own philosophy in there, and instead of saying I'm gonna
Can't
continue
have
to
that,
stick with
D.
that, right? But
Can't
that's
have
what
that.
coaches do. They bring their own philosophy in there. So what y'all was used to the last couple of years, Thibodeau don't coach that team no more. You know, Thibodeau is not around there no more. The
Now I'm gonna keep it real,
philosophy,
D. I never begged for time to get out. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I didn't. I
yeah.
didn't know. I
Well,
wanted time. I wanted Tibbs in for
once
sure.
again, that's what you do have a good bet, a group of bets on that team. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
they should be able to figure out the style of play. Um, it's a different level when you go in that Madison Square Garden and play.
That was my
Uh,
next question.
that's what I love about playing in New York. As a opposing team, you come in and you ready to play because everybody's ready to play. People don't understand and realize the magnitude of what that garden is like. That garden is something
Let me hear
special.
it, D. Let me hear it. Come on.
No,
Let me
it
hear it.
is.
Let
What
the
you
fans
see
hear
on
it.
TV, because that garden is something special.
It's electric.
You, it's a feeling. It's hard to explain that you don't even have to. Let me wake up and just go to the game and play. I don't need no play calls. I don't need nothing. It's time to play because it's the mecca of basketball. It's the unbelievable feeling that running up and down that court and you out there balling. I, I, I tell you what. I'm gonna tell you a story real quick, this is one of the craziest story, one of the craziest night in the garden. We playing on TNT. It's trade deadline time. We playing Penny Hardaway first game back in Orlando, and he's with Phoenix Suns, and we playing Jason Kidd, Penny, and I never forget we lose the game by 4. Great game, good game. They end up winning, and we got to play the Knicks the next night. So we end up losing that game. During the game, we traded 5 players.
That is
We
crazy.
traded 5 players.
It's a whole starting lineup.
So we traded 5 players. Got to go to New York, play the one of the best teams, the top 2 or 3 teams in the East. They got Allen Houston. They got all these guys. They got and we go
Spree,
up there.
Ewing. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
they got. Forgot who they had, but we go up there. I think they might have had Chris Childs. Chris Childs is point two as well. And we go up there, and we only got 8 players to play that night. 8 players. And this is why I say the Garden it can benefit you as a home team or it can go against you
Right,
because
right.
people love to play in that fucking Garden. They love to play in the
Let's
Garden,
go.
and not only playing the Garden, we blew them dudes. Man, we blew them dudes out by 20 with 8 players. 8 damn players.
Nah,
I
nah.
mean,
Hold on.
we blew them out
This
by
story just took a whole
20.
different turn, D. Come on now. I'm thinking you're
Listen,
gonna say something else, and you'll be. I
listen,
have to look at this game. What?
listen.
Come on,
Blew them out by 20.
come
And I
on,
want
D.
you, anytime you can look up that game, we went up there with 8 players. And I don't know if they took us for granted. And I never forget, because I always play well. I love playing up there. And
Why
we had
everyone
been,
says that? Because you
we
guys
had,
be. For
it's
some reason, I'm sure you had like 20 or
I
25 or something like that.
I'm not for sure what I
Everyone
had.
kills the Knicks. I don't know why.
I'm not for sure what I had, but I still played a decent game of 14, maybe 16 points, maybe. But I just remember, and I'm not telling you no story, boy. I was like, they think we're gonna come up here and lay down, but we had that was our. I don't know if you know about Orlando. That was our heart and hustle team, and people still talk about that team to the day. You know who we had at that time that nobody really gave credit to was Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace played 1 year with us. Doc Rivers' first year coaching. Bo Outlaw. Um, Chucky Atkins' first year playing.
Chucky.
Chucky had a breakout game, and I ain't gonna never forget that. Chucky, I did Chucky like Penny used to do me. If I was going in there late in games, Penny let me, and I respect Penny. Penny would say, "Yo, play, keep the ball, go." And Chucky was going that night, and I never forget. We called 1-4 flat because them little pigeon toes was out there hitting them with the little crossover, shooting it. Yeah, I'm not for sure what he had. I'm gonna find this box score when we get off the podcast, and I'm gonna send it to you. And you think I'm
I'm sure.
playing?
I'm sure. I'm sure y'all scrubbed us.
I'm gonna send it to you, and
But it
I know
sucks though, man, because
and I know Chucky knows it doesn't suck
everyone for some reason, D has a 40-point game, a 25-point game, a 60-point game. And it's like, why the Knicks? Is it is
because
it is it is it because
it's
it is
the
the Mecca?
atmosphere. It's the atmosphere in that gym. You can feel it in warm-ups, like when you just working out the players as a coach, or you can feel it as a player. It's the atmosphere in that gym that that brings it. The fans, you know what you're getting, and then you got the stars there. It was always funny because I didn't know New York was like that. I didn't know. We knew L.A. was like that. I didn't know New York had all the stars, and not. I'm coming from playing over in Europe and playing semi-pro games and on teams. I didn't know New York had the fans and the celebrities like they did. I didn't know all the
Yeah,
movies was
Celebrity
made up
Row.
in New. I wasn't a big movie fan. I am now, but I didn't know all the movies was made. A lot of movies made in New York. I knew L.A. because we knew L.A. was what Hollywood.
Right.
So when you see Chris Rock, I used to see Chris Rock. Yeah, you see Spike. Spike always, I love to perform. I always Spike made me want to perform because I know Spike he loves his Knicks.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
you see those people and then they start saying names and while you playing in the game. One of my best moments there was I about broke my separated my shoulder is when Pat Ewing got his jersey retired. We played that at night. We was the team that was playing the Knicks that night, and I'll never forget. We always heard, and Pat was my man because Pat had played with us a year or two
Yeah, yeah,
ago
yeah. He
before
did. He
that.
did. He did.
And Pat was my guy, and Pat always called me, "Hey, Black." He always called me Black. Let's go to the casino, Black. Let's go. All right, let's go, Pat. Let's go. I don't care. But and that was an honor for me to play in that game because I played hard because I saw Pat and Mike Jordan was with him because they was with I want to say Washington at that time and Oak. I think Oak came back with him, and I mean it was a fun time. That was a great time to be in the Garden because I always loved Pat Ewing. I love him more by when I played with him because you get a chance to learn about him, and man, I didn't know what type of superstar this man was until we went to the casino one time, and I never forget, man. I had won like 3,700. Man, this man had won like 89,000. Um,
God
it's
damn.
crazy, and I hope he don't mind me telling this, but it's crazy. And but he came back. He was down a lot of money, but he came back. Not only won the money back, but also won 89,000. Tipped the dealers like 4 or 5,000, and he had to go in
Damn.
the back. Yeah, Pat, good cat. He had to go in the back and count his money. So, man, but when we walked into the casino, this is when I was like, sometimes we'll go to the mall. He actually, me and Troy Hudson would walk with him sometimes. And the fans, oh my God, the older ladies. Pat, will you take a picture? My husband loves you. I'm sitting
Yeah.
here like, yo, looking. I'm like, yo, these people love this because of playing for one New York Knicks,
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
coming out of Georgetown, and then going to the Knicks. That's one thing I like. I say, you gotta love the Knicks fans because they follow their players. They follow their team. They on the road with their team. But I didn't know how big of a superstar he was until he came to Orlando, play with us, and we'll go out. We go to the casino. Then that night, I told you he won that money, and he had that money in a brown paper bag. And I never forget. I called T Mac. I said, T Mac, you won't believe what happened, man. How much this man won, man. He's like, that's it. I explained to him, T Mac, yo, won it in like 30, won all his money in like 30 minutes back,
Oh, that's crazy.
playing two hands. And I'm
90,000 in 30 minutes is sick.
yo, turned it around. I can't tell you how much he won back. Turned it around
That is
and still
crazy.
won 90,000. But never forget, like I said, when he went and got his money count, and I realized one people was waiting on him to get it out of the table because he was playing in a high limit to be private and
Right,
everything,
right,
which was
right.
cool. But when we walked out of there, he was like, Black. He said, Black, wait on me, man, if I can get my money, count my money. And I said, I'll wait on him right there. He went in the back. They gave count his money in the back where nobody could see. And then he came out. He had a paper bag. He put it in his nose. And we walking. And he got security. We had to get security for him, man. This how like people was crowding him. Like, yo, Pat, come on, man. We love the Knicks. Yo,
Oh
we in
man.
Detroit. We're in Detroit. And at the MGM, I want to say. And then as we walking, he say, Black, hold on for a second. He said, I need to go use the restroom. I said, well, you go in there by yourself because I ain't going in there. We ain't getting hit upside the head for that money. You go you go in there. But but when he came out, we took off and I never forget, we went back to the hotel and people just we had to jump in the car real quick. We thank God to security. And we rode back to the hotel room and we got to T Mac. What room you in? I say, T Mac, we walked in T Mac room. He's like, he just threw all the money on the bed out of the paper bag. T Mac say, now T Mac making crazy money at this
Oh
time,
yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
at the same time, I never forget T Mac say, "Wow, I ain't never seen this much money in my life." Man, what you talking about, man? You're probably making 300,000 every 15 days. But once again, that goes into his bank account. He don't see this big old
Right,
wad of
right,
stuff.
right, right.
But that was one of the most incredible moments. Having that moment with Pat and
Now
just
that I
hanging out with
realize,
him.
D, you was around. Okay, so my favorite player,
Hmm.
hands down. I have his jersey, is signed by him. I met him a couple of times. It's Penny Hardaway.
Oh man,
That
yeah,
was my favorite ball player.
Penny
But
was special.
you also played with T Mac.
Yeah.
Out of the two, right? Because T Mac is a pure scorer, hands
Hmm.
down,
Yeah.
hands down. One
Yeah.
of the most pure scorers in NBA in NBA history. Period.
Yeah.
To you, if Penny and T Mac was to play 1-on-1, both on their prime, who you got?
Oh man, I think they alternate wins. I really do. They
So out
both
of
can shoot. They both can shoot. They both athletic. Um, they both knew how to score. They just um, it's an incredible thing when you can shoot and score. You know how to do
yeah,
both.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Some
yeah.
people just know how to score.
Yeah.
These two can actually shoot the basketball. Um, and they both can play defense. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Because
Penny
don't
was what, 6'7", six
he did 6'7", 6'8", I don't
six
know, but
eight,
he was special.
and T
T
Mac was
Mac
what,
was 6'9", I want to say.
6'9", 6'10", or something
Yeah,
like that. Okay.
and he was special. So to me, um, Those games can go either way. You
Alternate
know,
wins.
alternate. They can alternate wins because they
Okay,
both.
I see it.
Who can? It all depends on who gets on that grind, who gets on that jumper. They both can post up. They both can pass. But I think the thing is, the other thing, they both could play defense. Just imagine, Penny came in a little different than T Mac. T Mac came in and he sat for. I mean, he played, but not a lot. And he wasn't the
In
scorer that
Toronto.
right. He wasn't the scorer that he was when he left Toronto. Just last year, he averaged 14, 15, maybe 16. I'm not for sure. But when we got him, then he just took off.
Yeah.
Thanks to Johnny Davis. I remember one of our coaches, T Mac used to sleep before the games. He'd be on.
Ah,
He'll put his uniform on. And he wouldn't come out and do his pregame workout. He wouldn't do no
yeah,
pregame
just
workout.
knock out.
He'll go put on his uniform and have all the hot packs on him on the trainer table sleeping when he first got to Orlando. That was his routine.
That was his thing.
Uh,
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not gonna say he never shot, but that most of the time he'll sleep. And I never forget um, Johnny Davis, assistant coach, um, who also played in the NBA, won a NBA championship with the Portland Trailblazers with Bill Walton. Johnny was a hell of an assistant coach. In my eyes, he was a hell of an assistant coach. He was. I never had him as a head coach. He was a hell of an assistant coach for Doc. Johnny had some stories, man. Johnny could do it. But Johnny used to call me Captain. He always called me, "Hey, Captain. What you doing? What's going on?" Um, so I never forget. We finished shooting pregame, and he came up to me, walked up to me, he said, "Hey, I need you to do something for me." I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I need you to walk with me back in the back. I'm going to get T Mac off this table and get him out here to work out and get ready, prepare himself for the game." And I said, "Okay." He said, "I want you." I said, "What you want?" He said, "I want you to just come back there with me. Just come back there with me." And
Right, right, right.
we're walking there together. And we walked in there together, and he tapped him. He said, "Hey, man, come on, man. Need you to come out here and warm up." And he did it on his own. He come, "Hey, I need you to come out here and warm up." I just walked back there with him, and T Mac. I'm not for sure if he did it that day. I'm not for sure, but I know he got off the table. Then his warm ups, he started warming up with Coach, and T Mac started taking off, man. T Mac was a beast.
Oh
See,
yeah.
a lot of
A
people
lot of
didn't,
people forget.
yeah, a lot of people didn't understand. He really was the defensive player coming to us. Um, and then, like I said, his last year with him and Vince, I remember they played y'all. They played the Knicks in the playoffs. And y'all was taking Vince away and T Mac was just going off. And that's how we ended up getting T Mac and ended up getting Grant Hill at the same time.
Yep.
And
Yep.
unfortunately, Grant's ankle was, he had messed up his ankle, broke his ankle and everything. But yeah, T Mac took over. And might have been
Imagine
a
if he would have
blessing.
never broke his ankle.
Well, would have had T Mac as T Mac the way he
No, no,
was.
yeah, Grant Hill was.
But that's what I'm
Ooh.
saying. I think it was a blessing for T Mac because then T Mac had to become the man. Because now Grant was the man coming in.
Right, right.
T Mac was probably being the second fiddle. I'm not for sure. But both of them was T Mac was growing. Grant was already the superstar, all star. T Mac wasn't. So
It's crazy
T
how things
Mac,
happen, right?
yeah, and Grant never got his ankle together the full year, and T Mac he took on that scoring load, and like I say, he became that T Mac that people used to see put that ball in the hole. He could do it, and so that's how T Mac became T Mac.
No, he's yeah, one of the greatest. Like I said, pure scorers. Remember when he
Really
did in
score.
Houston, 15 points in like 12 seconds or something like that.
Yeah,
I think it was
yeah, yeah. About 30
beast.
seconds, I say. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Wild out. Like you don't see that any. I mean, yeah, you probably do with all the 3 pointers they shoot up, but
it doesn't
and honestly,
happen. But you don't see it all the
I'm
time.
blame Curry for that. I have to say it, D. I have to
Yeah.
say it. I'm blame Curry for that.
What's that?
Just shooting threes all day.
Um,
Boston was taking 65 threes a game.
I don't know if I blame Curry. I blame
But you
the
have
system.
to. I mean, who else? The Splash Brothers. I mean,
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. I blame analytics
And why is that?
because they don't came in the game. I blame analytics for football going on 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, even in your own territory. You see teams doing that. That's
Yeah.
analytics.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Analytics say a 2-pointer is a bad shot. Shit. Shit. 2
I
pointers
don't
is a
even think
great
there's no
shot.
mid ranges right now besides DeRozan.
Because analytics say a 2-pointer is a bad shot. Rather take a three. Analytics say go for it on 4th and 1, even if it's in your own territory. The Cowboys used to do that. I used to love that when they get stopped because I'm a Redskin. I'm a Washington Redskin. I used to love when the Cowboys would go for it on 4th and 1 at their own 30. Now you put the other team in position because if you don't get it, but analytics has been a big part of sports over the last 10
So
to
that, yeah,
15
so it's
years.
ruining the game a little bit.
It done, that's why.
Yeah, because
Why
I
is
mean
that?
it's entertaining. Yeah, I get it, right? People want to see score. They want to see superstars
Man,
score, which is
yeah,
cool. But
yeah.
what about the defensive player though?
Once
People can
again,
get
and
hype off of that too.
I
Somebody
don't know. I,
guarding, let's say,
I don't know if they got anything with analytics say this guy need a guard. I don't think
nah,
analytics.
unfortunately,
Yeah, but they analytics has say 2 pointers are bad for basketball. I don't heard it.
how,
I
how,
don't heard it.
if you don't mind me asking, D, right? How long you work with Dallas?
16 years as a coach, two as a player,
Okay,
18 altogether.
and I want to bring this up, right?
Mhm.
How was it being around Luca?
Oh, great. That's my dude there, man. That was my dude. That was my dude. Him, Kai. Um, all the players. I mean, we all those guys. I think the Mavs always had a great flow,
Organization for sure.
organization with player and coaches connection. I think that's why the Mavs has been so successful because of that. But Luca is one of the best. I always
Hands
enjoyed.
down.
I always enjoy him. I mean, he's always gonna be an asshole, a fun asshole, because that's what athletes do. They have fun. They do stuff, talk shit. That's what we do. And that's that fellowship that you need.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
but yeah, great guy. Great guy. That was my guy. I always loved to compete against him in one-on-one stuff. I play defense, he go offense. That's what we always did. Me and Sham God and a lot of the coaches. Mostly it was me and Sham God because we had to play against them and do stuff against them and put them in position like what they gonna do in games. And so it was fun that they would take that challenge. You know, guys. Luca's not a really a drill guy. You know, 4-man shell. That's not his thing. But you throw the ball up, or you compete in run a play down, and the defense. If you get the offensive rebound or not, run it right back at the other team. So that's the type of player Luca is. He loves to compete. It's got to be something that he's competing.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
most of the time, that's what a lot of athletes love. They love to compete. Even for me, I wasn't I did it. I had to do the drills. I wanted to do the drills to get better or learn what we're doing. But sometimes, you get bored. You sit there and you be like, man, I'm glad with this. So I'm ready to do 2-on-1, 3-on-2, 2-on-1. I'm
Yeah.
ready to go full court, boom, 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 down and back, and you try to do stuff like that keeps guys connected and locked in. But that was Luca. Luca
That's
loved to
dope.
compete.
That's
He
dope.
loves if we do 4-man shell drill and um he'll go through it, but he ready to now. Are we going live? Boom boom. You might have to go live. You have to do stuff. You have to do stuff to engage him.
You still speak to him?
Through he checked up on me a couple of times, especially when he
Okay.
came back. But through text, with text or DM, every once in a while.
That's
I was,
good.
and I'm the type. Um, I love all my players. I coached. I love all my teammates, and like when I'm off the floor, I'm off the floor. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
I'm,
it.
hey man, I'm off the floor. Um, even when I played in Orlando, I always once I'm off the floors and I was more with my wife and the kids. I learned how, once you gotta separate it because you so much on the road. You can't come home and then boom, you gone. I had to
Yeah.
learn. So when I'm off the
Yeah. Yeah.
floor,
Yeah.
I'm off the floor. A lot of times we'll just go bowling, even if I go bowling with my teammates or my wife or
Yeah.
we'll go bowling with Bo and Mike Dodiak. We do stuff like that, but I don't mess with a lot of guys when I'm off the floor. Um,
Oh wow.
unless they call me, unless they text me, they need to ask me something.
Need
I let
anything?
I
Yeah.
let you
Yeah.
let people live. I let people live. I always let people live, but I'm there, and just in case they need me, I'm there. They need to talk, I'm there. They need to work out. All right, I'll meet you right there. I always stay right downtown from the arena in Dallas. Oh, okay. I'll meet you over there. Or Shamgar say, yo, I need you to come help me work out somebody. I need, boom, I'm there. But once I'm off the floor,
That's
you gonna have
it.
to call. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
have two more questions, right?
Mhm.
When fans remember Darrell Armstrong, what do you hope your lasting legacy is?
Just how hard and the way I played the game. I get that all the time. I think that's the fans love my attitude, whether cheering on my
Absolutely.
teammates,
Absolutely. You
playing
put in work.
hard. Just I was a team guy. I mean, I'm fortunate. I was never on scholarship coming in to college. I didn't get recruited coming out of high school for football, basketball. I only played 1 year of basketball. Played 3 years of college basketball. Played 2 years of college football. Um, I wasn't. I didn't get a scholarship to my last year from my college coach Jeff Capo. He gave me a scholarship my last 2 years of college, and then for me, I had to grind. Took me 5 years to get in the NBA. So I think a lot of fans understand and they see it. They appreciate it. The work ethic that I
Oh
always
yeah.
brought. The way I played the game.
Yep.
I wasn't known as a superstar, but I was known as a good player that played and could win. I mean, I've been to the NBA Finals 3 times is it 3 times as a coach. No, I'm sorry, 4 times. Twice as a player. My first year with Orlando, who gave me the blueprint. I saw the blueprint how to work this thing. That's when I learned. I started learning leadership, watching Penny and Shaq and Nick and Dennis and all them and how young they was to get to NBA championship so quick and so young. Watching B. Shaw, he's one. He doesn't get a lot of credit. Brian Shaw was one of the nicest vets that knew how to talk to people, knew how to talk to his team, his players, and things like that. Um, I've been to 2 NBA finals as a player and two as a coach. You get number one draft picks, number two draft picks. They ain't never been in the NBA finals. Steve
Yep.
Nash never been to an NBA finals. Um, and the great numbers he put up. Other guys, a lot of guys like Carmelo never been to an NBA finals. The numbers that he put up. I mean, those guys has put up great numbers, but I thank God I've always been a player and a role player that help out superstars get places.
And you were
Um,
loved.
yeah, and,
Absolutely.
and,
You were
and, and
loved.
because the way I played the game, and for me, I will always cherish going to the NBA Finals. As a kid, I never liked basketball like that. I was football. I love football. Even to the day, I love football. But I used to see the NBA Finals. I used to remember when the NBA Finals was tape delayed.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? They already
Wow.
played the game, but then you didn't find out until you watched the game. So, but but still, to get to an NBA Finals is something amazing. It's something special to me, and for me to do it with Dallas, um, twice, 3 times. I'm sorry, 3 times. Once as a player,
Yeah, and two
twice
as a
as a
coach.
coach,
Yep.
and win it in 2011. So that's people don't understand that, man. The grind and the dedication, the hustle, the prayers, the luck, the basketball guys, staying healthy, all these things that you have to go through. And but it's something special because everybody hasn't been there and everybody hasn't done it. And to get there, man, and when you get there, man, you be like, wow, what a
Yeah.
journey. What a journey. So for me,
I could
those are the
imagine.
blessings. Yeah, those are the blessings that I always look up. 30 years in the NBA, 16 as a coach,
Not a lot of people can say that.
14 as a player. So the blessings that I have had, I'm enjoying, and it's tough for me right now to just think. A lot of teams are going into training camp, um, and I had a lot of stuff going through my head watching social media today, seeing the Mavs and seeing the Orlando, and which I follow Orlando and the Mavs, and then the NBA, just seeing all the um, media day stuff because I've done that for 30 years. I've seen it for 30 years, and now to not be a part of it, so still a great feeling, and it's a feeling that you're always gonna miss the game. Is you have to move on, and I'm not the person who's gonna stay and linger on to basketball. I'm gonna sit back and now enjoy and watch it, maybe hit guys up on DMs and hey man, y'all, hey P like PJ Wash. I love that. I love that man. That hey PJ man, hey you played well. I saw you stand on business or whatever the stuff he does, and
But is it
such a
by
good
choice,
guy.
Darrell? Is it by choice?
My body. I probably should have retired last year, even though I still got in a little situation in the middle of
Okay.
the year. But I probably still should have retired last year before the season started. When we lost the NBA Finals to Boston, like I didn't, and I knew it. And I kept telling our psychology guy, I kept telling Shem guy, I kept saying, man, yo, I don't have no motivation right now. Like as we about to get going, I didn't have it.
Right.
This this is that's something amazing to me because I always had um, intensity about the start of the season, getting back, but that last championship, losing to Boston, took a lot out of me. I was almost done even before that season, but it took a lot out of me, and even just like even with being a player, I was trying to play my 15th year, and um, I retired in the workout, in Phoenix, and then ended up 2 weeks or a week later signing to come on with the Dallas Mavericks as assistant coach. My body told me it was over in a workout. My body
Wow.
told me that. I hear guys always say it. I heard guys when they retired, John Elway watching his press conference and crying and saying, I couldn't, my body just wouldn't respond. I couldn't do it. And I understand that. Like, I couldn't even before I went and tried out, I couldn't even run a mile. I had to stop. Usually
Wow.
I can run, jog. I couldn't even run a mile, 4 laps around uh, without stopping. I had to stop and walk, and the
Man.
motivation as a player was gone. And then the same thing as a coach is my motivation was gone. That grind took a lot out of me because the way we got there, and that year we didn't start no games or no series at home. We started everything on the road, including the NBA Finals. We won 3 series starting on the road first. We always won a game or two on the road first, and then against Boston we didn't. But Boston was a different beast, a different animal. But that grind is something special, and so probably I should have just said, you know what, let me go ahead and sit my ass down and start enjoying life. And
Yeah, yeah.
because like I said, I just didn't have it. And when you don't have it, you got to listen to your mind. You got to listen to your body. Um, because you might start doing other things that you're just not used to doing, or being in situations that you're not used to being in. And so I didn't have it. It was hard to get up. Only time I usually really got up, especially when I had to do a personnel for the game, had to introduce the players of the other team we're gonna play, and that got me going. Like little shit like that got me going, and sometimes going and working out. I got a bum hip that I know I'm gonna have to probably get replaced or get that situation taken care of because um, I couldn't work out sometimes with the players. The stuff that I was doing over the last 29 years, I couldn't do it because of my right hip, it fatigue, and so those things when they start happening to you, it's time to move on. It's time to let somebody else do it. Let
Yeah.
somebody else get the opportunity to be a part of these guys around Kyrie, around Luca, around PJ Washington, around coaching staff, around the NBA, flying, going to city, playing, and let someone else. It's another young coach out there that needs that opportunity. And for me, it was good that the situation that happened because they were all it did was prepare me for retirement. Because I think if I go through this past year, it would be tough to still say no and call it a quits because it's hard to let go. But I had to let go as I was going and missed the last second half of the season. I had to let go of it, basketball, and it helped me out.
I'm gonna leave you with this one, D.
Hmm.
If you had one advice for the world, what would it be?
Man, if I had one advice for the world, mind your own business. Take care,
I
take
like
care,
that.
take care of
I like
yours, take care of yourself and mind your own business.
I like that.
You can't take care of the world and you ain't take care of yourself.
That's right.
How can you give the world advice and you doing other things? So mind your own business and take care of yourself.
I like that.
Yeah, it is.
That's exactly that. That was a first. But D, yeah, that was the first, D. I thank you so
Yeah.
much for jumping on. Please go follow Darrell. Hopefully he a friend to not only the pod, but to Mike. I thank you so much, for even taking some time off, right? Because I know you're going through some stuff. We spoke briefly earlier
Hmm.
before we hit the record button, and
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're going through. But I'm here for you, brother. I'm here.
Yeah, it's
If
it's
you
it's it's good.
if you
It's
need a
good.
brother, man, listen, I'm here. If you need to talk, if you ever need someone to speak to, I'm here. I'm like the well, I'm trying to find a word. The athlete psychologist or something like
Mhm.
that. You know what I'm saying? I deal with my things too. I retired 7 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
congratulations.
thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, I was able to retire. My wife as well.
Hmm.
We just enjoying life now.
That's what you're supposed to do.
There was some things that I I fairly miss, right? I
Hmm.
do miss a lot of things actually, but there's one in specific that I do miss, and that's music. Um,
Yeah.
I no longer want to use my keyboard,
Hmm.
use my piano, listen to engineers speak or listen
Yeah.
to someone rap. Nah, I'm good, but it's bittersweet though. So I get exactly where you're coming
Yeah.
from, even though
Hmm.
it's two different fields.
Yeah.
But I get it though, D. But again, I'm here.
Yeah,
If you ever need
that's your
me,
passion though. That's your passion, and you
absolutely.
run. People should always understand people passion, and I won't understand the music passion, but I love music, so I can understand it because you've been around it. You done a lot with music, and but for you, as you say, you got to live life, and I think for you to pick up and start a podcast, this is something
It's
different and something
therapy.
new. And exactly,
It's
it's
therapy.
definitely therapy. Just talking.
because I'm gonna tell you this, right, D, right? But before I started this whole journey, I said to
Hmm.
myself, okay, what am I gonna speak about? What am I?
Hmm.
And I see, you know what? It's just a regular conversation,
Yeah.
because I was so worried about um not knowing what the even how to start the pod, just a lot of things,
Yeah.
right, that come to mind. But I said, no, I just have to be myself. I know who I am. I
Yep.
know my identity, right?
Yep.
I know exactly who I am. I've always been this person where, you know, people just gravitate towards me.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Hmm.
just hella cool, man. And I said, you know what? Yeah, I'll start this pod the way I feel like starting it. And if it
Right.
works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But guess what? At the end of the day, D, look, I'm on pod with you.
Yeah.
Someone that I looked up to. I'm 40. I just turned 40 a couple of days ago.
Happy,
And
happy, happy belated
thank
birthday.
you, thank you, thank you, Darrell. Thank you. I admired you. I admire. Listen, in my eyes, you're a legend. That's hands down. I mean,
I
I
appreciate it.
I watched the 94, 95, Orlando Magic play, the
Hmm.
2011 Mavericks, right? When you had
Hmm.
listen, I can name plays for days. Dirk, you had all the
Yeah.
all the greatest, Dirk is probably what, top 10, if not what,
Yeah.
top 20, if not top 10. So,
Yeah.
you know, um, and again, Darrell, in my eyes, you a legend, man. I thank you
Appreciate it.
so much for taking some time off and sitting down with Mike, man, with and it's great, man. It's
Yeah, I
great.
appreciate it, Mike. I appreciate you having me on, and like I say, continue to do what you do, man. Continue to enjoy life. We gotta always live. You gotta always have something. And for me, I'm 57, so for me, I just want to continue to enjoy life and have peace and be peaceful. Don't
That's
have a
right.
lot of things going on, and just enjoy. I enjoy sports. I enjoy football. I enjoy music. I enjoyed movies. I mean, I enjoyed a lot of things about history now. I couldn't stand history when I was young and was in high school and middle school. I couldn't, man, history I had to turn off. But now I enjoy history and real life things about history. So I love that.
Amen. Amen. D, thank you so. I'm gonna send you my
Thank you.
number.
Okay.
And we'll talk.
All right. Definitely that, man.
Peace,
Take
D.
care, Mike. All
You
right.
too, brother.
Have a good one.
You too.